Thank you everyone for joining us. Let's continue discussing Master Hsuan-Hua's 4 Chi instructions. We started last night talking about this section. Section is about the foundation of the Buddha recitation. People think that reciting the Buddha's name is just reciting the Buddha's name. Actually, nothing is further from the truth. The best way to recite Buddha's name is make sure that you follow the rules and regulations. That has happened first. And last night he talked about the 3 karmas that you want to avoid. I spell it out for you. During this 4 Chi here, when you cultivate at the temple, please pay attention to these rules and regulations, okay? Not just during the 4 Chi alone, but also whenever you cultivate here, okay? If you want to maximize your results, this is a secret. You violate these rules, then it makes it a lot more difficult for you to make progress. This is why when Master Hsuan-Hua brought his Dharma to the U.S., his disciples made so much progress and surpassed a lot of their seniors for that reason. So they basically, the whole time, even though they're poor, lacking in resources, they follow the rules and regulations and precepts in particular. And let me give you a tip. If you do it, you follow these rules and regulations better than they did, you will surpass them. Without the proper foundation, you cannot build up. When you make progress, you reach high levels of samadhis, it requires a certain foundation. Theirs over there, they got pretty good level because their foundation was pretty good. Many of you have surpassed them because your foundation is better. So I hope more and more of you have seen this example here and take it to heart, okay? There's no magic. You have to have the proper foundation. And so this is second aspect, this foundation of the body karmas is the deviant sex. All right, we are at slide 122. Again, I stress for you, if you want to continue to make progress, don't do these things when you cultivate. Okay, so deviant sex is what? That's all he said? Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you either too. According to the Dharma, so I think he'll explain more a little bit later. Violate precepts, you see, they explain it in terms of the standard style of explanation. But I tell you, I spell it out for you. There's a reason why he keeps on talking about this, okay? And after he's no longer around, and when I'm no longer around, I hope you guys, the next generation that takes over, you should remind your students too. You need to do this as well. Okay, this is the foundation of Mahayana. Okay, it's not studied enough, it's not understood enough. This is why the Buddhism is crumbling. No monks and nuns take the time to study the Vinaya anymore. If you don't study Vinaya, then you have no foundation. You see, this is one of the things I feel that he let his disciples down, my generation down, is that he gave us such a narrow alley where we could go through it and push through ourselves and make progress. But after he left, they couldn't understand why. They couldn't really understand the nature of the alley. Okay? And that's why, and he never told them that they're supposed to go learn precepts. So I hope in your generation, you will go and learn more about precepts. I would like to send, after you're ready, your generation, the third Mahayana generation in the U.S., that when you're ready, I would pick hopefully 2 nuns and 2 monks to go to Taiwan or whatever it's going to be in the future. We don't know. It doesn't matter to us. We're not into politics. You go to those places over there where they actually train the nuns only in Vinaya. And whatever it takes, however long it takes, we to build that connection. I know of a monk, a venerable monk in Taiwan who teaches Vinaya at these nunneries. So if need be, we can go through him, and whatever it takes, whatever I need to do to be able to send 2 nuns and hopefully 2 monks to go there. But you have to learn Chinese. Okay? Yeah. And you have to reach a certain level before I feel that you could be counted on to carry the burden of the Vinaya in America. All right? And so keep that in mind. So that's why I'm thinking very long term. I've been investing in all of you for your Chinese classes, your English classes. Please take them seriously. Chinese, because that's where the highest level wisdom is. It's not here. It's not here. It's in the Chinese texts, let me assure you. It's dead right now, because no one alive understands it. Okay? So I hope that unless you have the language skills, even after you acquire wisdom, a big mistake you can make is not learn Chinese. I don't care if you're patriarch or not. You better learn Chinese. Because that's how we're going to elevate our American Mahayana level by going back to the source. The Chinese Mahayana level is so advanced. You cannot tell me that anyone here is at the level of Bodhidharma. Anyone disagrees with me? You cannot tell me anyone is at the same level as Yingguang Fashi, which is a great strength Bodhisattva. Huh? Disagree, anyone? That's why they taught in Chinese only. If you count on them over there, I point at the left, meaning it's the other side of the rail, or the rail tracks, okay? If you count on them to translate it, you're going to be in big trouble because they don't understand it. They may understand language, but they don't understand the Chinese Mahayana. So it's here, translation right here. When it comes to delicate points, they fail to grasp it. You see plenty of examples in Avatamsaka Sutra of how when they translate it into English, they have PhDs in Sanskrit, PhDs in literature, PhDs, and when they got to Avatamsaka Sutra, they did a great job. But when on the finer points of the Avatamsaka teachings, they don't get it. They cannot get it. Okay, we're low. That's why we have to study Master Thichvinhhoausa's teachings. But I hope in the future you also pass him, and so that you can get higher levels of samadhis and wisdom, by studying the Chinese texts, the Chinese teachings. Is that clear? And not only that, we need to invest in our monks and nuns. I don't care what they do over there. It's hopeless for me. But we need to take care of our future, the third generation. You are third, or the fourth generation, okay? Where we help them build a stronger foundation than I'm able to help you build. And therefore, I would love for you to go to Taiwan and learn it, okay? And I only want you to learn the precept marks, how to do research. Once you got that, you can hurry back. I don't care. You will not find the death is here, but the marks are in Taiwan. You understand the difference? We need to learn, for example, English is called marks, okay? Things that you can see. So you have the grammar rules, you have the vocabulary, you have the literature and so forth. That's the marks. But what's behind that is the wisdom. So you need to have both the marks, knowledge, language skills, as well as the wisdom. Right now, what's left in the world are marks only. But the wisdom to understand those marks is not there. So we have a lot of work to do, folks. Don't think so small. Don't worry about your little temple, your little reputation. You care for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You're going to help make Mahayana stronger. Because that's what's going to help the future of the world. To delay the decay, the inevitable decay in the world, because we are in the Dharma ending age. The world's going to be destroyed eventually. All we can do is to slow down the decay for being here, and then prepare your children, your future generations to get salvation, to be saved. So don't think what you're doing is not important. You have to think a lot further, a lot bigger than your small self. Okay? Again, I have a big mouth. I can't do these things, but all I can do for you is share the vision and the importance of these things. Master Shenhua is too preoccupied with building his DRBA, but the future stopped after he died. I hope it won't happen to you. After I die, I hope you can carry on and even prosper and blossom. Instead of saying, I learned everything from Master Yonghua, then you must be an idiot because Master Yonghua is an idiot already. Okay. The Weiyang Chan tradition is not bound by the teacher. We train our people so that our people can surpass us. The other Chan lineages, as far as I know, I'm not aware of anything else like that. Okay? All right, so think bigger. Don't think so small. You're such a small thinker. It's pitiful. Only think of yourself. I'm important. You're not important, trust me. You're nothing. We are nothing. Keep that in mind. Okay, so precepts of the body. Why don't you kill? Explains because your body. Okay, it's not because your body. 有你身体 here is the English translation. Really doesn't understand the Chinese spirit. When you kill with your body, you steal with your body, not because of your body. Okay, you see, it's right there. Of course, you cannot blame him because the translator is not at the level that can really understand the Vinaya. But it's no such a thing you steal because of the body. The body is a temple. You should not talk down about your body, okay? The body is a beautiful thing. Don't say, I make all these karma because of the body. No, we make all these karmas with our bodies. Does it make sense to you? Buddha, Master Shenhua understands what he's talking. 有你的身体. It's actually the 有 here. Actually 有 is the other 有. I don't know the Chinese sound, but the 有 here should be 有, like this. Huh? It's 有你身体, not 有你身体, because you have a body. No, the Chinese here, the way they transcribed his teaching is that because you have a body. But actually, I think what he means is 有. Hey, Chinese-speaking people, you agree or disagree? Never mind. You can't count on the Chinese even. Okay, why do you say commit sexual misconduct? Because it's from your body. Okay, especially sexual misconduct. Before, okay, he's where right now he's trying to frighten you. In the future, you will pay the price if you commit offenses. This kind of offenses is kind of painful for you in the future to undergo as retribution. Because sexual misconduct, we like to hug. Not because men like to hug, it's women who like to hug. Am I wrong? What are you talking about? Men will be just fine without any hugging. Okay? But what happened is that because that people like to embrace. That's why after they die, they commit the sexual misconduct precept. They will fall to the hells eventually. When you commit these sexual misconduct karmas, you are creating seeds for you to fall in the future to this hell of burning, or was it not just burning? What is it called? 爆炸. That's burning. That's correct. Because it's actually burning pillar. The pillar is actually burning, but you see it. There's so many pillars in that type of hell where you see the burning pillar, and what you see actually is not a burning pillar, but you see the image of the one you were interested in romantically. Let me put it that way for you, okay? And so that's what you see. And when you see the person, because of force of habit, okay, be careful, folks. The concept of habit energies. You keep on doing it, and then it becomes natural to you. You don't think anymore. Like when you drive home from work, yeah? Do you think? Most of you don't think anymore, right? You just hop on the freeway and turn left, turn right, exit, and so forth. Okay, you have to get home, okay? And that's what we do. Force of habit or habit energy. And this is what we're conditioning ourselves to. So it becomes something we do without thinking. We're compelled to do it. Okay, so the same thing. So when you get down these hells here, your karmic retribution nature is such that when you see this person that you used to be with, and the first instinct you have to come over and hug it. It turns out that person, actually, the image of the person is basically a karmic retribution. You think this person actually, physically, is a pillar, a blazing pillar. Okay, and it's made of copper, very hot, and with fire burning inside. Okay, these types of hells are fascinating. You will. Most of us have experienced it already, but we forgot. Okay. What? You don't believe me? Okay. The concept in Buddhism, we've been revolving is reincarnation. We keep on going up and down, up and down, up and down. And of course, at one time in the past, we were down the hells already, according to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas teachings, and we got burned by these copper pillars. Okay? And it's very painful, excruciatingly painful, and we suffer like this for a long, long time. And we got out of the house to climb up the ladder, got out, became a ghost, and went to animal realm, then we got into the human realm. Eventually, we end up here again, okay, in a temple again. And then we make more mistakes and we fall again. And we've been doing this endlessly. That's why it's better to go to the Western Bliss Pureland. Because of these countless seeds of offenses, of violations that we made in the past already. And we can't repent fast enough. Okay, they help reduce the number of these bad seeds when you repent, but you cannot possibly eradicate all of them. So it helps you recite the Buddha's name. It helps. You may not be able to eradicate 81 great kalpas, 81 great kalpas of offenses per Buddha's name. But you are actually helping yourself, all right? And when you hug this thing here, your body sears, it smells much better than bulgogi. But it's also very painful. So you smell, and I used to like Korean food so much, barbecue so much, and I said, no more. That's when you become Vietnam citizen. Okay? Very, very painful. And that's the nature of our weaknesses. We have a lot of weaknesses. All it takes is one to trigger us, and we pay dearly in the future. That's why. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's happened repeatedly, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So the best bet for you is to go to the Pure Land, where you'll be able to develop your wisdom with Amitabha Buddha's help that will enable you to overcome these retributions. Yes, 6.
Master, there's a type of hell I read about on the internet, and I don't know if it's for real or not. So it's man goes to hell and he finds a beautiful woman, and she's really a demon, and she leads him to a bed, and then the bed is really sharp spikes that hurt him severely. Is that another type of sexual misconduct hell?
No. Wherever you find that source, drop it. It's baloney. They don't waste time. They give you no sense of pleasure at all. If you find a woman you like, that's a lot of pleasure. In the hell, you're supposed to have no pleasure whatsoever. Does it make sense? Hell is for you to suffer. If you go to hell, say, at least I found the woman of my love, then it's well worth it. Some of you might find it worthwhile. Seriously? If that's the case, I'm a fool. I would like to, No, it's not true. For this burning pillar, blazing pillar here, it's just in your head. You see, the pillar is there, and what you see, you look at the pillar, you see an image of someone you loved before. She came over and you hugged her, hug him. That's all. There's no such a thing as courtship where you take the woman you like to a bistro, have a little bit of wine, a little bit of, crouton sandwich, Caesar salad, and talk about politics. No, it's instantaneous. You go and you hug that pillar, blazing pillar, and you bulgogi yourself to death. The Koreans really don't like this. They don't find it funny at all. What are you doing to the cattle, to our American cattle? So it's fair that you happen to you too eventually. Never mind. I like bulgogi. I don't care. But you see, you go and you hug that pillar, and then you blazing pillar, and you sear yourself to death. Okay? You don't let go. Okay? And then you die. You die right there on the spot. Okay? And then there is a what they call clever wind that blows at you, only for you. Okay? And you revived. And then you see a pillar, and you see another of your past loves, and you come over a hug. So it repeats itself time and time and time again. As you can imagine, the more lovers you have, the more pillars you're going to find. It's not the same pillar. It's all sorts of different pillars, one for each of you. All right? So that's why. Now you understand why we have 8 pillars here. To remind you. Do not violate this precept. While you're here at the temple, you will find these pillars. You all find it funny, huh? Okay, so you sear yourself to death, and then the wind blows and wakes you up, and then you rejuvenate it, and you find another pillar, and you go and hug the pillar to death as well. Right? And it goes on and on and on. And the 8 pillars are only representative of the 8 improper paths. Okay, you should pay attention because. See, remember, we've been revolving the wheel countless times, okay? So we have a lot of these pillars waiting for us. Guaranteed. Okay? So that's why it's best you go to the Pureland so that you learn how to transcend this retribution. See, the weak ones, they only worry about the seeds, okay? The smart ones, the wise ones, they go and open the wisdom and transcend those seeds. Shh. Okay? You study Buddhism must cut off this thought of sexual desire, as if it can be done. This slide here, 131. Okay, this is what I have an issue with the Buddhist teaching, these teachers. Okay, they talk as if it's such an easy thing to do. Like, you should know better. You know you're going to have these pillars. It's not just the blazing pillar help, but there's a lot more. We're only giving you one example of your behavior. Think back. All the naughty behavior you have, there are different types of hell to punish you, not just for hugging. Okay? But then that's why they scare us, and then they tell us, you have to cut it off. I said, it's not that easy to cut it off. Anyone has cut it off? I mean, anyone has cut it off? See what I mean? See, I asked them over there, I would ask them the same thing. Have you cut it off? Raise your hand. What do you think is going to happen? See, but they keep on talking like this. You should cut off your sexual desire. No, this is why the Chinese instruction is so imprecise. Cut it off while you're here at the temple, please. That's all you have to do. Control yourself for a while. That's all we ask you to do. Is it doable? Much more doable, isn't it? Okay? Let's be real. That's what cultivation is about. This is time to cultivate. This is a time for you to live normally. Okay? This is a time where, during the Fochi, Chanchi, where you want to follow these rules. Okay? We're not asking you to change your being yourself. Just stop being so much of yourself for a while. Temporarily. And this matter with a husband and wife, according to Dharma, that is allowed. As if the Dharma has a choice. But it's not between husband and wife, then it violates the precepts. Yes, it causes more problems when you're not married for yourself. All right? But tell it to the Buddhists, most Buddhists and non-Buddhists. They would discard this, say, I don't care. Okay, so that's why, clearly, you should know that this is not good for you. Therefore, if you want to open your wisdom, this will prohibit you from opening your wisdom. If you indulge in this. This is why, if you want to improve, if you want to open your wisdom, okay, while you're here, don't do it. Am I clear enough? Because I listen to this, it's hopeless for me. There's no teacher for me anymore. And I ask questions, and I have no answers whatsoever, and they beat around the bush, and they have so confused that even me not having learning much at all about Mahayana, I said, your logic is totally wacko. You don't understand at all. It's totally illogical. That's for me. That's why for the instruction, I read the instruction, Master Shinhua, listened to this. I said, wow, then it's hopeless for me. I say, how much longer can I keep up with this? Okay? So that's why there are 3 karmas of the body. This is the first thing you pay attention to. Okay? Killing, stealing, sexual misconduct. Don't do that. While you're here. Okay? When you're outside, I don't care what you do. It's your life. I think we finished the last section. Okay, continue, please.
自己是不是净用这无名来做事，犯这个杀盗业。
Every day we must observe ourselves carefully. Have we or have we not used this ignorance to do things, to break these precepts, killing, stealing, sexual misconduct?
这个无明就是不明白。什么是不明白呢？就是这个隐喻的念头，不知道为什么他就生出这么一种的念头来。
This ignorance just doesn't understand. What is not understanding? It's just these thoughts of sexual desire, not knowing why these kinds of thoughts arise.
无明，从无明生出来的，你不明白，被这个无明遮盖住了，所以。
This is just called ignorance. You were born from ignorance. You don't understand. You are completely covered by ignorance.
这个狂心野性，它也生出来了，这是深散了。
Therefore, this crazy mind and wild nature also gave birth to these three offenses of the body.
Okay, stop. Okay. Let me finish this section. That's a new section here. But there is a question from JMT.
네. 마스터 지금 좀 전에 나왔던 무명이 혹시 12연기에 무명 행식 명색 할 때 그 첫 번째 12연기 시작 첫 번째인 무명인 건가요? 네. 그러니까 일단 한번 끊을게요, 스님.
Master, is this ignorance the first one from the 12 conditions?
Yes, it is. Very good.
그러니까 마스터께서 예전에 법문에서 그 12연기를 관하면 벽지불이 된다라고 하셨었어요. 그래서 12연기 시작했던 무명, 행식, 수상 이렇게 하고 또 역으로도 메우라고 하셔서 질문 드려봤습니다. 이상입니다.
I asked this because Master teaches us that if we contemplate the 12 conditions that we can become enlightened to conditions. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, that's correct. Okay. All right, where were we? Okay. Let's finish this bodily karmas. So for these bodily karmas, he says, it's from ignorance. That's correct. This is Buddhist wisdom. This ignorance here, and that's exactly the same term as in the 12 condition links that the Buddha taught. In 12 condition link, this is why it's very important for you. I strongly advise you to memorize the 12 condition links, because as you cultivate, as you make progress, you understand more and more about these 12 condition links. And don't worry, you're going to become a Pratyeka Buddha or something like that. It's not like that. Okay, this is a very good description of what happens to us in a lifetime. All right, so please memorize it. The 12 condition links, 12 or the 12 their conditional arising, the 12 stages of conditional arising. They're very, very important, and you can tell that most people don't understand. That's why when people explained about the 12 condition links, they really struggle with it. Okay? For me, I because I didn't have a teacher, so I had to research. I read a lot of stuff. I studied masteryonghhua's explanations throughout his books, and in English, and later in explanations in Chinese. And then actually he's more, the way he explained things is more specialized, I feel, for his disciples. So there's a lot more other information out there. It doesn't matter. You should memorize them, and then you will eventually understand more and more, appreciate more and more how insightful it really is in your daily life. Okay, so basically here it says the physical karmas, the karmas we create with our body or our bodily karmas of killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, they all arise from this one thought of ignorance. All right, 136. Ignorance means that we can't help ourselves. The Chinese, they go too much into this. Ignorance really means there are certain times in our lives where we cannot help ourselves. It's called ignorance. I dare you to look up this definition in all the Chinese texts and Pali texts and see if you have this kind of explanation. Okay? It's just we cannot help ourselves. Okay, stronger than us. All right? And that's why, because of these patches of ignorance, moments of ignorance, we cannot help ourselves. That's why we commit these 3 bodily karmas. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. That's why our seeds are countless. And if you think you can come back here and repent and cultivate, become a fourth stage Rahat, you can rise above those seats, you can't. Best way, go to the Pureland. But these bad seeds cannot mature at all, so that you have a chance, a much better chance to become a Buddha there than here. Here, it's just too difficult. You have so many obstructions in your practice, all of us. That's why the strategy, let me remind you, is forget it. Go to the Pure Land. Become enlightened. Then Buddha will dispatch you to continue your training throughout the Dharma realm. Don't plot for yourself. You don't have to. You have a great teacher in the name of Amitabha Buddha who will have a strategy for you, each and every one of us. What are you waiting for? You think you are smarter and wiser than Amitabha Buddha? Huh? You think you can know best where you should be going? No. If Amitabha Buddha feels that you should go back to Korea, he'll send you back to Korea. If he feels you should go to another Pure Land, you'll be sent to another Pure Land. I guarantee you it. Don't worry about it. The main thing is go see him. Let him use his Buddha wisdom to decide what's best for you next. Huh? And he says, don't go to BLI neighborhood. Okay? It might happen because that guy is too extreme. You are gentle. He is too violent. Okay? You can trust him. Or he can say, why didn't you think of it earlier? He's the best. My point is that we do our best right now to make sure we go to the Pure Land where you figure it out for us, what's best. And you might just rent your property in BLI neighborhood. Or you might go to your palace there. All right. So ignorance is that it's not about understanding. It's about that we somehow are compelled to create these karmas. We cannot help ourselves. Like hugging a blazing pillar. It's ignorance. You see that? We can't help ourselves. You can explain all you want. They're not going to listen to you. Okay? It's not covered. It just doesn't matter. You see, ignorance is not covered. It's internal. This crazy mind, nature for these three offenses of the body. Okay. And this ignorance here manifests itself through our thinking mind as well. Okay. Ignorance is the deep core, if you will. Okay. But the thinking mind is what you can observe. All right? And that's what this thinking mind here plots for ways to commit the three bodily offenses. And it excels at doing that. Okay? All right. We're done with the bodily karmas. Now he's going to the mind karmas. Continue, please.
每天呢回光返照，我呀。
And this mind also has three evils. They are greed, anger, and stupidity.
心是不是有嗔心？是不是有痴心？这要好好检讨自己。
Every day, we return the light and illuminate ourselves. Do I have a greedy mind? Do I have an angry mind? Do I have a stupid mind? You must thoroughly reflect upon yourself.
这个口有四恶，是不是犯了恶口的过业？是不是犯了两舌的业？
You must also examine yourself. The mouth has four evils. Did I commit the karmic offense of evil speech? Did I commit the karma of double-tongued speech?
其余的业，是不是造了这个两舌的业？
Have I committed the karma of frivolous speech? Have I committed the karma of double-tongued speech?
每天你能这么回光返照，检点自己，叫自己这个三业清净。
Therefore, every day, every single day, you can return the light and illuminate yourself in this way. Examine yourself. Make your three karmas pure.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so this section tells me that his disciples back then were a lot of Caucasians. He didn't go into a lot of details. It was too shocking to the Caucasians. So that's why he's avoided the details, too many details. The mind has three evils: greed, anger, and stupidity. All right, and that they all arise from that ignorance. Okay, ignorance is the core of your sexual desire. All right, and so because of that sexual desire, deep inside of you, you become greedy, you become angry, you become stupid. This is Buddhist insight. Okay, it's just a fact. It's not, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just hear it and don't get paranoid. So what do we do? So now he's talking, he glossed over the 3 mind karmas. So he says, the body, remember, the body has 3 bodily karmas. And then the mind has 3 mind karmas. The mind creates mind karmas. Body creates body karmas. Mind creates mind karmas. The mind karmas are greed, 3 poisons, greed, anger, stupidity. And you see, they are a lot more scary than you think, because all the suffering that we have in this world is based on the 3 mind karmas: greed, anger, and stupidity. All of them. Okay, and so what to do? Okay, we have so many. So that's what he says. 140. He says there, you cannot ignore it. Don't try to cover up. Don't try to pretend it's not there. Don't try to deny it. Don't try to if you ignore them, you only are fooling yourself. You're not fooling anyone. Those who only fool themselves suffer even more than they realize. Okay? And so this is why when you cultivate, you see, this is why even when you recite the Buddha's name, you still have to look at yourself. When I recite Amitofo, Amitofo, do I have thoughts of greed, anger, stupidity arising while I recite? It's very practical. When you recite the Buddha's name and try to get reborn there, what are you doing? Worrying about lunch today. Okay? It doesn't make sense. You have to have the big picture in mind. Okay, dokie? You're such a small thinker. That's all you can see. Yeah. It's so important. Okay? And so that's why you return the light and you recite the Buddha's name and these thoughts arise. Oh, why do you have these thoughts? Okay? What types of thoughts are they? Are they going to make me create mind karmas, body karmas, or mouth karmas? Mouth karmas are coming up next. Yes, 6.
2 YouTube questions. First is from Dintai. Will chanting the Great Compassion mantra eliminate all the bad seeds or help us deal with any type of bad seeds?
Yes, it will. Depending on your skill level, your samadhi.
Next question from...
So if a low level samadhi people, when you recite this Great Compassion mantra, you eradicate fewer seeds than the high level people. Same thing. When you recite the Buddha's name, same thing. The best one eradicates 81 great kalpas of offenses. That's Buddhas, that's what they do. And Bodhisattvas. But for us, we can eradicate quite a few, but not 81 great kalpas. Don't believe that from a Chinese. Yes, 6.
From Samson Lau, Amitofo Master. When these moments of ignorance come up, what are some ways to get rid of these moments of ignorance?
Good question. When these things arise, okay? And when you ask the question, that means you catch them. That's the first thing. What we do is usually, remember when you go down to the house and you see the burning pillar, you see that gorgeous ex-girlfriend of yours, and you say, oh, honey, I haven't seen you for a while. How have you been? Okay, that's what you do naturally. Because all these desires came back. Okay, and that's what you do without thinking. Okay, and only you can stop yourself. And that's what he meant by in slide 140. Return the light, meaning that what? You look at yourself. You catch yourself. This is why we cultivate. This is why we recite the Buddha's name. This is why we meditate. So that you're being trained to catch those thoughts before you act upon them. It's not crossing your legs. It's not sleeping. It's all those are aiding methods, aiding Dharma doors. But the main thing is for you to watch yourself and catch these bad moments before you act upon them. To tell the 12 links of conditional arising, okay? It starts with that one thing, thought of ignorance. That's when the whole suffering begins. So if all you have to do is find a way to catch the thought of ignorance, it will arise, okay? You cannot help it. This is what the Chinese don't explain to you clearly. The thoughts of ignorance, the seeds there, they mature, they pop up. Like, this happens naturally. Okay? Same thing with these thoughts of ignorance. Hi, honey, I'm very calm. I don't know why. I'm so grateful she's around because she helps remind me I should catch my anger. So what happened is that, we should catch all these thoughts of these crazy thoughts of anger, and before you act upon them, this is what you do. Depending on your level of samadhi, how skilled you are, you catch them sooner than before. That's why you want to keep on improving. It's not about cultivation, not about whether I favor you or you're my favorite or you or so forth. It's about you catching yourself sooner. It's always about you catching these thoughts of ignorance. When you have these thoughts of ignorance, don't blame me. It's not my fault. It's your your beautiful ignorance. Okay? I have nothing to do with it. So, this is because you're suffering because something bad happened to you. Don't blame me. I'm only your retribution. It's not my fault. Okay? JMT.
마스터 한 3주 전인가 그 서양인들을 대상으로 하는 찬 토크에서 셜리가 효율성에 대해서 질문을 했었어요. 그러니까 제가 기억하고 있는 그 토요 참 법문에서 셜리가 얘기했던 거는 효율성이 그렇게 나쁜 게 아니다라는 쪽으로 설명을 했었었는데요. 네.
So, Master, 3 weeks ago, in a Chan talk for US, Shirley asked the questions about efficiency, and she was asking in a way that efficiency is not that bad, and
근데 이제 제가 이제 그 법문을 듣고 어떤 질문이 생겼냐면 마스터께서 여름 선칠 때 어떤 설명을 하셨었냐면 우리가 우리의 단점을 희생해서 우리의 단점을 내려놓고 진전한다라고 진전의 원리에 대해서 설명을 해주셨었거든요. 네.
And listening to that, I had a question. During the summer Chanchi, you explained to us how we progress. And it's by renunciating our bad parts, we need to sacrifice it.
근데 이제 제 문제는 뭐냐면 저의 번뇌의 상당수가 저의 효율성 때문에 번뇌가 일어나는 거는 알겠는데 제가 네, 한번 또 끊을게요.
So I can see myself, a lot of my afflictions arises because of efficiency.
제가 효율성 때문에 번뇌가 일어나서 제가 괴로운 원인은 제가 잡아냈는데 제가 아직 복이 부족한 건지는 모르겠지만 이 효율성이라는 거를 희생시켜서 제가 제 번뇌를 없애야 되겠다는 생각은 아직 안 들거든요. 네.
So I could catch that, but maybe because I lack blessings, so I don't want to sacrifice my efficiency and get rid of my affliction.
그래서 제 질문은 저한테 있어서 이 효율적이라는 부분이 번뇌의 원인이 상당 부분 비중을 차지하는 건 원인인 건 알겠는데 제가 이게 효율성이 단점이라고 생각이 들지 않고 있고요. 그다음에 제가 뭐 마스터한테 이렇게 컴플레인하는 건 아니라 저는 현통스님이 이해가 되거든요. 너무나도. 그래서 이 효율적이라는 거에 대해서 제가 이것도 내려놔야 되는 나쁜 점이라고 해당되는 건지 제가 일단 질문 드리고요.
So I know that my attachment to efficiency makes my affliction arises, but I don't think my efficiency is a downside of me. So I want to say that I really understand Venerable Xiantong, and I don't really think the efficiency is a downside that I need to let go.
그래서 제 질문은 제가 이 효율성 이 부분에 대해서도 이게 제가 내려놓고 희생시켜야 되는 부분인지를 일단 질문 드립니다.
So my question is, do I have to let go of my attachment to efficiency? Do I have to sacrifice it?
Efficiency, what are we talking about?
네, 네.
Okay, very good. When you attach to efficiency, which of the what of the 6 karmas that does that belong to?
효율성이요. 제가 생각할 때는 탐심과 진심에 해당된다고 탐진치에 다 해당된다고 생각합니다.
Master, I think it belongs to greed, stupidity, anger.
All 3?
Yes. 왜냐하면 효율성을 따지는 게 투자 대비 이익률을 따지는 거기 때문에 당연히 탐심이라고 생각하고 원하는 대로 수익률이 돌아오지 않았을 때 제가 화가 일어나고 이런 것들이 원래 사바세계에서 마음대로 안 되는 게 당연함에도 불구하고 화를 내고 있기 때문에 제가 탐진치 3가지에 다 해당된다고 생각합니다.
Because I want the return of investments, so that's why it's a greed. And if the interest doesn't come back, I get anger. So that's why it's anger. And this is not very applicable in our Saha world. So that's why it's all belongs to greed, stupidity, and anger.
So it's rather stupid. Your desire for efficiency is rather stupid.
그런 것 같습니다.
Yes, I think so.
So why do you hang on to it?
근데 이제
You're not stupid to hang on to it?
그렇네요. 알겠습니다.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay.
Do you want to continue to be stupid? You want the whole world to know that's how you stupidly behave? Now you tell all of us?
노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
I will try, Master. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I had a thought I was doing it. I had a very important thought, but I forgot it anyway already. Okay, tough luck for you. Greedy mind, angry mind, have a stupid mind. You must thoroughly reflect upon yourself. Okay. Again, this is theory. Okay, and it's the principle is that you should be watching yourself, watching those thoughts. It's not as hard as you think. They pop up all the time. It's not like now I hope that some thoughts can arise. You don't have to worry about it. You recite Buddha's name and your mind is going berserk anyway. Okay, so pick one that bothers you. Like this girl here, what bothers her efficiency. That's all. And stop it. Again, temporarily, that's all. She can be as stupid as she wants after the Fochi, but during Fochi, don't be as stupid. That's all it takes. That's all the reasoning she needs to make to herself. Master Yonghua says, stop being stupid when I'm reciting a Buddha's name. Please, that's all. I'm not asking you to stop being stupid, just temporarily. Is that unreasonable? Huh, Jumi? And Jumi is the only one who keeps on talking about her own problems. None of you have no problems. Now, aren't we glad that Jumi is around to talk about her own issues? The rest is perfect already. And don't you dare look down upon her. Jumi! Answer.
뭘 대답해야 되나요? 마스터 지금 뭘 대답해야 될지 모르겠어요.
Please unmute.
Master, I don't know what to answer.
Okay, don't answer. Just cut it out. That's all. Temporarily. You don't have to. It's not about sacrifices. It's about for now, temporarily. The next 3 more days. Stop it. Just drop them. That's all you have to do. You don't need a reason.
근데 이제 마스터 제가 효율성을 생각하게 됐던 게 제가 시간 낭비를 너무 싫어하고 제가 게으른 게 원인이긴 하거든요. 근데 이제 시간 낭비를 싫어하니까 이제 효율성에 집착을 하게 됐던 것 같아요.
Master, the reason I cannot let go of the efficiency is because I hate wasting time and I'm very lazy. That's why I'm attached to efficiency.
Yeah, but during the Fochi, it's okay to waste time. That's all we're saying. We're not saying we're not asking you to do wholesale change. We only ask you to change it during. Just hold it. Give yourself a chance. That's what we're telling you. Unless you give yourself a chance, nothing's going to change. Okay, anyone else? Okay. I think then this is the next section, isn't it? Or we here already? Okay, take it away. It's very manageable, folks. It's not like forever. You can be yourself. No one's asking you to change. We're only asking you to hold it for a while, that's all. So that you have a chance to see things from a different perspective. Because if it weren't the case, you keep on thinking, you know what, that is a dirty word. That you are right. Like Jumi, I'm right. Efficiency is important, okay? No, you may be right, but right now, just suspend it so that you eventually see you're wrong. But unless you give yourself a chance, okay, during these moments, these periods, these short periods, you'll be drowning yourself. That's all you're going to do. Yes, 3.
Amitabha Master. And what about for those who don't want to just cut, like for short? So we want to do it like eradicate all that kind of.
Then do it your entire life. Don't do it for just a fuchi. Shave your head. What do you want? Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Master.
The reason I say this is very important. During the fuchi, we put a lot of resources. We crank it up for you so that the conditions are really, really much better for you to do it. On normal days, we're tired. We have other things more important than you to worry about. But we commit to you. For Qi here, we put a lot of resources into supporting you. That's our nature of our cultivation, unless we're too busy traveling around somewhere. Okay? This is very important for us. We understand how important it is for you to have a chance to experience a different way of thinking. That's all. Only for a short while. Okay? But after this, it will not be as intensive. Even if you become a left-home person or you isolate yourself in Nepal or something, it's not going to be as ideal of our environment. Trust me. But during this short time span here, you are developing the skills so that you can use it the rest of the time that you're not here. So you're honing your skills right now, okay? So that when you go back home or when you're by yourself, then once you have those skills, you can use them when the time calls for it. So that's why these periods are very, very, very important, very useful to you. It's worthwhile to invest the time in going to these intense sessions where you actually are honing your skills, and you can use the rest of the time that you're not here. That's what it's about. There's two types of training. Training is that this intense training here is for you to sharpen your knife. Okay? And then when it's done, you go back to your life and use that knife until it becomes dull again, and you go back and sharpen the knives again. That's how it works. That's why, unless you have a lot of blessings, it's very difficult to get here. You have all sorts of obstructions that will stop you from coming. In the future, you want to come, you better recite Ta Chư Tô An Ở Na Li Pi Sơ Ti Pi La Ba Sơ La Tô Li. Okay, constantly. It's very difficult to get here because they do everything possible to stop you. This is extra pressure on you, more than normal, because they know this is a time where you have a chance to break through the grip. That's why they're going to do everything to stop you first. Yes, too.
Thưa Thầy, when we recite the first way and the name of Amitabha, I know that when the bell ring, and when we stop reciting, but the thoughts still continue. I try that, but it doesn't work. My thoughts stop too. So, is it I'm doing something wrong, or I need more practice? Thank you, Thầy.
Your thought stops, and then what do? You sleep?
No, it's just like when I recite the Amitabha name and when my mouth, but then when the bell ring, I'm supposed to be, thinking, continue it, but I didn't.
So what did you do?
I had to remind myself to do it. but it not just continuously.
Because you stop with your mouth.
Yes.
Okay? Then you only have to understand that Amitofo here begins with the thought in the mind. And then goes to the mouth. Starts here. Like this. The bell stops here, meaning the sound is stopped here, but the thought doesn't stop. That's all. You attach to the sound. You have to realize when you recite, actually the mind makes a sound, Amitofo up here, and then it goes down to the mouth before you can hear it. Okay? That's all. It's that simple. You're stuck on that thing where I'm reciting Buddha's name actually with my mouth. Actually, you recite with your mind through your mouth. And what we're teaching you is that when you recite fast, the mouth has a limitation. You can only go so fast. Okay? But your mind can go faster. You realize when it goes very fast, your mind is faster than the mouth. You cannot make sounds anymore. Right? That's a reminder for you that the mind's a lot faster. That's why you don't want to rely on your mouth anymore. Let the mind go by itself. DTT.
Thank you, Master. I would like to repent. In the beginning of the Foji, I commit a greed because my husband introduced me to a coin before I enter the Foji.
I know it's crypto immediately. Yeah, go ahead.
And then I look at it and I saw that if I stake, then I make 190% gain. So I call him and I say, execute that plan. So I commit that crime. I'm so sorry. I would like to repent.
So you made some money?
In 1 week. I have to stake for 1 week to make 190%.
Yeah. So what's there to repent about? Is it a good thing?
It's a greed that I should not do it during Fochi.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
What do you want me to say? Burn it, give it away to the temple? Wait, that's a good thought. No, it's natural. Listen, I'm glad you are so weird. I mean, you bring up all sorts of weird issues, but it's real. It's like everything you say here is so perfect, right? You watch your mouth, there's no more greed, anger, stupidity. But what about cryptos? What about, what? It's normal. That's why bring it up, bring it out, free yourself, okay? You're not going to be able to succeed. All we're telling you is that try to cut it down, that's all. If you happen to have the thought, it could go the other way too. It could have lost some money as well. You lucked out, you made some money, but it could go the other way. Either way, you live with it and you move on. Don't worry about it. Okay? It's natural. All you do is you try to cut it off as much as possible, but you will not be able to catch them all. And that's what part of your learning process. Okay? What's that song says? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. That kind of thing. You don't listen to music. I give up on you. See, only Jesse understands what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know what that is? The rest of you, ignoramuses, 2 out of 3 ain't bad is a very famous song by Meat Loaf. You ignorant people. Go look it up. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's a very good song. God, I can't stand you Asians. Okay, so the point here is that you catch yourself. That's called catch as much as possible and catch more next time and catch more next time, and so forth. You keep on trying harder, that's all, okay? You're not going to be able to succeed all the time. Yes, that's part of your learning process.
I would like to repent too, Thầy.
Oh no.
At lunchtime, something popped up and we're talking about Thầy, talking about the gold price. And then I asked someone, say, it's been a year, I don't think about it. Says, how much does it cost now? Maybe I got an ounce. And I just, and then someone tell me about the price. I said, wow, that's a lot higher than what I'm thinking. But I didn't think that it's greedy. But now when chị nữ mentioned it, I said, wow, that's great. So I'm sorry.
See, we're lucky, only 2 of them in the assembly are greedy. Aren't we? Okay, I have to make a confession too. Today, I thought I'd buy a used couch, but I failed miserably. I'm greedy too. Whatever you want. But I wasn't reciting the Buddha's name. Try your best, okay? Yeah. Try harder and harder and harder. That's what this training is about. Don't give up. All right? Anyone else? Okay. Yes, sir. 8. What other confession would you like to bring up?
Oh, I have too many confessions. It's not enough time. I have a question about experience I had 2 days ago, or I don't know, yesterday, I don't know. I was bowing, and I was reciting the Buddha's name, and for the first time, I had like as little thoughts as I've ever known myself to have, and I just felt like I just felt like I was reciting, and I was bowing, and there was no thoughts coming to my head. But I didn't have any like reverence or faith or anything. It was just like still, yeah. So is that right? Should I push myself to like focus more on like being appreciative like before, or keep that?
What is the problem again?
Should I focus on a thought of faith?
Oh,
or allow myself to drop the thoughts?
Drop the thought of faith. What is it, a drop of faith, a thought of faith?
I guess it goes to we keep talking about sincerity. And I just don't understand what that means. Does that mean, like you said, trusting Amitabha to lead us wherever we go and do whatever we need to do and don't have any thoughts about it? Or does that mean having strong faith and then trying to guide your mind towards that direction at all times?
So you're talking about faith in Amitabha Buddha or faith in yourself?
It's more like, do I try to not to like unbuckle from faith, like trying to always keep myself in line? Or do I just like let go of thoughts as my and that's what its faith is, just to let go of thoughts and not let these things arise at all. Just try every moment of my life just trying to be more still.
It's so confusing when you do something, you have a goal, don't you? The goal is to keep your legs crossed when you first started. And then the thought arises, maybe I should unbuckle. You follow the first thought. You don't call it faith or unfaith or whatever you call it. Doesn't matter. Your purpose is when you cultivate, you're trying to do something. Stick to that thought. That's all. Don't think too much. Don't need to justify. No need to reason. You smart people have a sickness. You're always trying to understand. You always are trying to rationalize. In particular, the Americans here, the Westerners, are very, very one sickness. It's a double-edged sword. They're all very righteous. And they don't realize being righteous is just a thought. It's better you have wisdom first before you understand what righteous really means. But since you have no wisdom, it's not possible to explain to you what righteous really is. I'm not saying righteous is a bad thing, for example. It's just that you don't know what it is. You keep on thinking, believing you know. I'm really complicating it for you. Okay? So anyway, stop rationalizing so much. Start with one thought. I'm going to cross my legs. I'm going to sit here for a little bit longer than before. Start with that. Stick to it. That's all you have to do. Anyone else? Okay, I think this is a new section. Yeah? Not yet? 144? Can't hear you. Much further? How much further?
We stop at 144.
54.
144.
144, okay. Go for us.
Thank you. Master, I have a question. So I've been staying at the temple, doing the morning ceremonies and participating as much as I can in the Fochi. And I'm starting to feel the effects. So I feel better in my body, my mind. I have more energy. And today at work, when lunchtime came, I wasn't hungry at all. I felt super, like a lot of energy. And then I was like, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat. But then when I ate, I was like, no, I told myself I'm going to eat so that later I'm not too hungry when maybe this fades away or whatever. And I feel like it just kind of messed me up. I got like dizzy, and I was just wondering, when I'm not hungry, should I not eat and then only eat when I'm hungry? Or should I, because I'm working and I know I'm going to get hungry later, should I eat a little bit whenever I get like that?
Okay. When you feel like a surge of energy for all of you, well, it means that you open a floodgate, meaning you improved. When you improve, there's a surge. If you're sensitive enough, there's a surge of qi that invigorates you and makes you not hungry and not feel like eating at all. So it's a natural thing. So when that's the case, you don't need to force yourself. Enjoy it, okay? But if you must eat, eat. But eventually you get hungry again, because then what happens is your qi level rises, so the body will catch up with it, and then we'll say, okay, now I'm hungry. So it's a natural thing for you, okay? So you have to, either way, you feel like eating, it's okay. You don't feel like eating, it's normal too. But eventually you feel hungry again. That's natural. The body adapts eventually. Sooner you think. Okay, dokie?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Go for it. Still has a question? No, no more. Okay. And so, yes, JC now has a question.
저 어제 둘째가 아파서 제가 보건실에 있는 약을 감기약을 2번 정도 먹을 것을 집에 가져갔거든요. 이게 훔치는 개를 어긴 것 같아서 네, 참여하려고 말씀드리고요. 혹시 이걸 제가 똑같은 약을 같이 사놓으면 제압이 좀 줄어드는지 궁금합니다.
So, Master, yesterday my second child was sick. So, in my office, I took 2 pills for a cold. And I think this is a violation of stealing. So, I would like to repent. And I want to ask you that if I buy the same medicine again and replenish the medicine, would it make my karmic offenses decrease?
Yeah, it's sometimes when in a hurry and you don't have time, you need to take the pills, but you restore, you replenish it, then it's will help. Okay? Yeah. How much are those pills? You think? 2 pills. How much are they worth?
세 가지 종류였고 한 5개 정도 되는 것 같습니다. 5,000원?
It was 3 types and maybe 5 medicines, like 5 pills, and maybe around $4.
Okay, then it's no big deal. Okay.
감사합니다.
Yeah. Be more careful next time. Okay? Or if you're in a hurry, and you can simply, if you feel that you need to take the stuff from the office because of a time pressure, then you can pay for it. You can put a donation, reimburse the office, the company for it. All right? Very good. And it's such a small thing, you don't need to tell and ask for permission. That's nonsense. People would think that you are faking it. It's just quietly reimburse the company, and typically, if you guys do it, it happens to all of us. Make sure you reimburse the company right away and say, I'd like to make a donation or whatever. Okay? Because I used up some company paper or whatever for personal use. That's all. All right. 141. Examine yourself. The mouth has 4 evils. Now he's going into the third kind of offenses of the mouth. So the 4 types. That's why altogether there are 10 different karmas that we create. 3 with the body, 3 with the mind, and 4 with the mouth. So these are the things that you want to memorize as well. These are the fundamental information that you as adults should memorize and to use them. Okay, to check yourself. So 4 offenses are evil speech, okay, or evil speech, okay. Is there a coarse speech? I don't remember how they use this thing anymore. Okay. What it really means, evil speech here is 恶语. 恶语 is actually means coarse speech, meaning you're cursing. Okay. And nowadays in here now in our times, cursing is not considered cursing anymore. Okay. But It's no excuse. Okay, I'm not making excuses, but according to the thing here, when you use coarse speech like curse words and dirty words and so forth, that's an offense of the mouth. Double-tongued speech refers to you create tension and dissension between two parties. You tell one party one thing to provoke that party A to dislike party B, and then you go to party B and tell party B say something to make party B get afflicted about party A. See, so that's a double tongue, meaning you speak, you use double tongue. We all know how to do it already to agitate others. Okay. Frivolous speech is there? What's the fourth one? They call it. Huh? What happened to the fourth one? And no one asked him? Gee. What's the fourth one? It's escaped my mind. What's the fourth one? 4 karmas of the mouth. Look it up. Lying. Oh my God. The most obvious one. He's not even talking about lying. This is the most commonplace. We lie. That's what we do. Yes, 6.
Master, writing songs is a frivolous speech, right?
Writing songs is a creative process, but singing it is frivolous speech. Frivolous speech, okay, first of all, lying, okay, we all know what lying is, okay? Lying is a deceiving intention there. Manipulating others is a form of lying, okay, as well. So be careful, don't lie, okay? People who lie have bad breath. You notice that? No? Oh, never mind. Nowadays with tic-tac and all those mouth things, blast, you cannot tell anymore, but in my country, in Vietnam, when you hear people and they talk, oh, you're a liar, aren't you? Double tongue, we talk about that. Frivolous speech, okay, frivolous speech is of all the 4 offenses of the mouth, okay, the worst one, the most common infraction is lying. Okay, we all lie. Anyone doesn't lie? You don't lie? You're lying. Okay, we all lie. Okay, that's life. Okay, number 2, double tongue. Okay, and number 3, coarse. Number 2 is very common too. Is coarse speech, frustration. We curse. That's a commonplace. Okay. Number 3 is double tongue. Those are pretty damaging karmas because we create damages to others. And the 4th one, frivolous speech, is more of wasting people's time. So it's not a bad of a deal. Okay? In principle, that is, we shooting the breeze, telling a joke is frivolous speech. Believe it or not. Okay? But that's extreme. Okay, this is why This is why, even considering, like I've been joking to you about songs and so forth, that's frivolous speech, by the way. I'm wasting your time. You look happy. Like Mass is human after all, huh? No, frivolous speech meaning that during cultivation here at the temple, try to speak only when it's important. Don't just shoot the breeze. Okay? Because people are trying to cultivate, and therefore we should try to respect that. Okay? So this is the intent of this thing. But to me, it's not a big deal, because today at lunch, for example, I don't know what happens in Korea and the other temple, DTT and Go Force and JMT and JC and so forth. At our lunch room here, lunch hall in Maitreya Hall at WMT, at lunchtime, it is louder than a marketplace. Today, I could not even hear myself talking because people are so happy. And it comes in waves. You know, some people got excited. And then it dies down. And then la 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 la. It's so interesting. And it's very rare for you to go to a temple, because most Buddhist temples would prefer you don't talk, because they're cultivating. Okay? You're not serious. You're really a serious cultivator. You eat in silence. Okay? And I find it funny, because the proof is from the people today. They're so happy to release. After reciting the Buddha's name all morning, they're so happy that they can talk about something else. To me, it's helpful. Agree or disagree. If you disagree, from tomorrow on, we'll observe silence. What do you want? 1 silence or 2? Marketplace. Huh? 2. Do I hear 1? 1, yeah, okay. Go back to Korea. Okay? Of all the four mouth karmas, frivolous speech to me is the least useful, because it's counter to our style of practice. So for all practical purposes, I will simplify for you 9. Don't do 10. Only do 3 of the mouth, 3 of the body, 3 of the mind. Forget about frivolous speech. Because I want you to be able to connect with the people. Cultivation is a very personal thing. You learn a lot more when you hear people talk. Okay? Don't be like, I'm a true cultivator. Don't talk to me. Okay? What happens is that when you talk to others, they're providing you feedback about you. You pay attention. So to me, that's very useful for cultivation. That's why I waste my time. Okay? It's my attitude. Go ahead and give me frivolous speech. Talk if you want. Okay, and this is one thing I differ from a Chinese, from Vietnam, from a Taiwanese, and so forth, and then Sri Lankan, and so forth. I want you to talk, and talk, and talk, and talk at lunch. I don't care whether other people have a smirk on the face and see, and they call themselves cultivators. Yeah. Bottom line, it helps your cultivation, in my thinking. There's one thing. How are you going to practice kindness and compassion if you don't talk to people? My purpose here for you when we get together is you find all the people who are so annoying, who are so really get on your nerve. This is when you need to learn to sharpen your swords of kindness and compassion to survive the Fuji, to talk. Okay, never mind about the frivolous speech thing. Ignore it. It's okay. I forgive you. I absolve you. Okay? This, to me, that's the most useless thing. This is why I disapprove of people who jinko. Don't talk to me. I'm not talking. It's baloney. Okay? That's Hinayana practices. We are Mahayana practices. And therefore we need to commit the offense of frivolous speech. There's a price to pay, folks. And what is the consequence of frivolous speech? People will come and waste your time, that's all. It doesn't bother me. You come and try to waste my time, I throw you out, say, get out of here. So never could stop me. Okay? You see that? Frivolous speech is that they come distract you and they waste your time. Okay, that's the least of your worries. I feel better now. Thank you, everyone. We stop here tonight. Wait. Not so fast. Can I stop? Was it are we at 1:44 yet? No? One more? Can we do one more? Huh? Are you up for one more? Is that okay? Yeah, I'm not wasting your time. Number four. Okay. Everything you turn and light, turn is this way. Okay, so watch yourself on these 9 things: greed, anger, stupidity. Watch yourself about the stealing, killing, and the sexual misconduct. And number 4, don't lie. Just for the next few days, don't lie. Don't do double tongue. Don't use coarse words. Damn it. Excuse me. Okay? That's all we ask of you. Okay? That's it, right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.